involvement in those parties was primarily for entertainment purposes. I had no idea about any of that terrible stuff going on. It's crucial to separate my presence at a party from any illegal activities that might have been occurring. You know I stand against exploitation and violence, so let's make that clear, okay?
And Beyonce is now tangled up in a crazy situation with Diddy, and to make things worse, there's talk of a tape that's being auctioned off for a ton of cash. Sources say this tape could change everything, and it's got the internet going nuts. So, here's the scoop. Apparently, a lawyer for one of Diddy's new accusers spilled the beans about a tape featuring Diddy and a high-profile celebrity. No names have been dropped, but everyone's pointing fingers at Beyonce, which has people speculating that she might be involved in this mess.
No, I can't explain who the person was, but
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
With Diddy already in hot water, the thought of a tape with someone as huge as Beyonce has got fans waiting for the next update. This tape, which shows some pretty intimate moments between Diddy and the mystery celeb, is already being shopped around to major media outlets. TMZ is one of the top bidders, and once this footage gets sold, the consequences could be huge.
Turns out Beyonce is facing some pretty eyebrow-raising accusations lately. I'm talking about everything from claims of sabotaging other black female artists to allegations of her dabbling in witchcraft. And guess what? These accusations aren't just popping up out of nowhere, they're coming from people who were once in Beyonce's circles.
Diddy's legal issues hit the spotlight when one of his accusers came forward with some pretty shocking allegations of misconduct. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, rumors started flying about a certain A-list celeb being linked to Diddy's controversial lifestyle. Yep, Beyonce's name got thrown into the mix, and fans and the media are totally freaking out. Things really blew up when some photos leaked from these freak-off parties showing celebs in some intimate situations. Well, Diddy, who's been a big name in Hollywood for ages, suddenly found himself at the center of a growing scandal. But then came the unexpected twist. Beyonce's name popped up in connection with one of these tapes. And it all started when Ariel Mitchell hinted in an interview that there's a tape featuring Diddy and a famous celebrity. She didn't drop any names, but the speculation kicked off right away.
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Since Diddy is close with Jay-Z, people started wondering if the mystery celeb could be Beyonce herself. At first, it seemed a bit far-fetched, but with no solid denials and the internet doing its thing, it just kept rolling. To make things even more confusing, this alleged tape, which shows Diddy and the unnamed celebrity in a steamy situation, is being shopped around to media outlets. Insiders say that places like TMZ are throwing their millions to get their hands on it. With that kind of cash on the line, it's clear whoever's in the tape is a huge star. The lawyer has even mentioned that the other person in the video is more high profile than Diddy, making fans wonder who else it could be if not Beyonce. But wait, there's more. Mayor, just when you thought it couldn't get messier, rapper DaBaby's old video started trending with a strange story featuring a party he attended at Diddy's place. He claimed that back in 2020, he was at an exclusive gathering where Beyonce and Jay-Z were also present. DaBaby said Diddy seemed really into him, even putting his arm around him, and that Beyonce introduced herself in a way that raised some eyebrows. He described the vibe as a bit odd, suggesting that Beyonce might have been flirting with him, which led to more speculation about whether this was one of Diddy's.
I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and maybe about 15 others,
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce being, you know, 2 of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put it into perspective of the type of company I was in at the moment, you know. And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to. This Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, these parties have been the talk of Hollywood for years. They're known for being secretive and wild, with rumors of some very inappropriate stuff going down. Diddy's parties have always been hush-hush, but with recent leaks showing celebs like Kim Kardashian and Usher in uncircumcising positions, it seems like there might be some truth to the stories. And now, with the tape allegedly showing Diddy and an unknown celeb in a compromising situation, the rumors are getting harder to ignore. Could Beyonce really be involved in one of these parties? While nothing's confirmed, just the fact that her name is being mentioned in connection with Diddy's drama is enough to send fans into a frenzy. People are curious about how close her ties to Diddy really are, and if there's more to this rumored tape than just gossip. After all, Diddy is known for filming his wild parties without guests knowing, so it's totally possible that someone as high profile as Beyonce could have ended up in this mess without even realizing it. As the bidding wars for the alleged tape heat up and insiders whisper about what it contains, the mystery just keeps growing. As the days go by, more details are surfacing about Diddy's crazy lifestyle and the darker side of these celebrity gatherings.
Okay, fun fact a lot of people don't know. That cheesecake we went and got was for Beyonce. She was upstairs the whole time.
Things really heated up around Diddy's wild parties when some leaked photos started making the rounds online. And these weren't just regular pictures. Some of the biggest celebs in Hollywood were caught, making everyone wonder if the rumors about Diddy's crazy parties were actually true. The internet went wild as fans tried to figure out who was in the photos and what was really happening behind closed doors. But if these talks weren't enough, these leaked pics definitely gave it some weight. People like Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, and Leonardo DiCaprio were thrown around as people speculated about their involvement. With each new photo, it became clear that Diddy's parties were a magnet for A-listers and no one was safe from them. Some images looked innocent, while others hinted at some sketchy stuff going on. But the biggest shocker was the idea that Beyonce might have been at one of these parties. With her name already buzzing around due to some alleged tape, these leaked photos just added more fuel to the fire. No actual pics of Beyonce have popped up yet, but her connections to other big names like Jay-Z and Kim Kardashian made these allegations seem a lot more believable. Could she really be part of these secret gatherings? And if so, what would that mean for her daughter? The speculation didn't stop there. Fans started to wonder who else might have been at these crazy events. Names like Rihanna and Leo were tossed around, and the fact that so many big names were linked to Diddy's parties made the idea of Beyonce being involved seem more possible to some fans. Now, social media has just exploded with the news of this alleged tape and the leaked pictures. A person commented saying, Pimp C said the same about Beyonce having a tape. Another one wrote, this is why she is focusing on her brand and collaborations. She knows this may happen and it allows people to become distracted and her to gain some quick contracts in the meantime. All of this is damaging to both her and her husband, so it's typical that she works harder and ignores it. A third person added, you can't be in Diddy's circle for 30 years and not know or not be a part of it. Because we know Diddy's rules were if you hang out, you participate or you are not hanging out.
Resurfaced tweets from Sia amid the Diddy case reveals that Sia was locked in Beyonce's basement for a time and made to write songs. So if you take the first letter from each word in this seemingly random sentence, it says, Beyonce took me. Then in another tweet, Sia does the same thing, but this time saying, help.
Well, the big question still hangs in the air. Is Beyonce really in that tape? So far, there's no factual proof linking her to it, but that hasn't stopped the speculation. The thought of Beyonce being involved in something so scandalous seems hard to believe, given how carefully she manages her image. But the allegations keep coming. Some fans think it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out, while others believe it's just some folks trying to ruin her reputation. As much as people are buzzing about it, we have to remember there's no hard evidence that Beyonce is in this tape yet. So far, only a few insiders have seen the full contents, and no media outlet has confirmed who the other celebrity is. Until that tape actually drops, everything is just talk. But if it does come out, it would be one of the biggest scandals in Hollywood history, forever changing how people view her and everyone else.
They're rich people parties. If the feds and whatever else want to call them, that's on them. But at the end of the day, they're rich parties. Rich white men do this all all the time. Attorneys, doctors, real estate moguls, finance guys, brokers, all type of rich white men do this all the time. But because Diddy is black and of high status, of course, he's not allowed to do the same thing that rich white men do. He's not allowed to indulge in the same behavior, parties, lifestyle, etc. that rich white men do. It's twisted. It's really twisted, and it's sad. It's sad to watch someone who's a mogul for the black community, in the black community, who speaks very highly of the black community and tries to instill growth and excellence and black excellence and preaches it and preaches love. And he's getting
So whether the buzz about Diddy and Beyoncé is true or not, it's already causing a huge issue in Hollywood. With Diddy's legal issues, the mysterious tape, and those leak party pics, it is making it hard to figure out what's real and what's just talk. However, with every new detail, the idea of Beyoncé being involved seemed both shocking and oddly believable. But let's not forget, there's no proof linking Beyoncé to the tape. All we have are unverified sources, and so far no one has come forward with any hard evidence. While the internet loves good drama and conspiracy theories, it's smart to take these claims with a grain of salt until something more comes out. That being said, this whole situation is far from over. Whether the tape is real or not, just the thought of Beyoncé being involved has already stirred up enough controversy to last for weeks. But where do we stand? Right now, it's all just speculation. If that tape ever shows up and Beyoncé is really in it, this could mess with her image and could also impact other celebs who have been at Diddy's wild parties. But until that tape drops, we will definitely be keeping an eye on this story and you can bet the entertainment world will be doing the same. Now, what do you guys think? Could Beyoncé really be involved, or is this just another wild internet theory that's been blown out of proportion? Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. And of course, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for all the latest updates on this messy situation. This story is far from over, and as new details emerge, you'll want to be the first to know what happens next. How whether we get a bombshell revelation or this all fizzles out into nothing, we'll be here to break down every twist and turn as it unfolds. Keep watching, stay tuned, and let's see where this goes.